everyone, and welcome to episode 19 of the Cookie Knits podcast. My name is Ira, and I'm your host here, and I'm coming to you from beautiful Sydney, Australia on this quite grey, chilly winter's day. Welcome back if you're a returning viewer, and hello if it's your first time here. This is episode 19. It's been a couple of months since I've last podcasted, and my weird knitting funk of just starting up projects and not finishing anything is continuing solid into 2024. But I thought I'd show you what I'm currently working on. So let's get started. Oh, wait, hang on. I'm also available on Ravelry and Instagram as Cookie Knits. And let's get started now. So my first finished project is the Dandelion Top by Magali McDonald. She's a knitting friend of mine. She's based in New York, and her knitting, she's everywhere on YouTube and Ravelry and on Instagram as the Knit Yorker. So the Dandelion Top is a 4-ply, like summer top. But because I'm in the middle of winter, I'm actually wearing it with like a button-down shirt underneath. But I wore this without, and I'll pop a picture of me in it so you can have a look of what it looks like. Great. And then I'll show you what it looks like on. So it's got these cute little dandelion details. And it's a nice length. It just ends about right on my belly button, which is right there. And it's got I-cord straps, I-cord on the bottom, and sort of like a racer back tee. Racer back. And I knit this out of Bendigo Woolen Mills 4-ply cotton in the colorway Grey Mist. And let me see if I had any feedback for it. Nope, I tested this pattern. So I just knit it as the pattern was written. I think the only thing I did was shorten the length of the body a little bit, as I'm not the longest on the waist. So I just shortened it to about where I wanted it. And I knit the straps sort of as it was written. And this is probably the first time in my entire knitting career that I haven't had to decrease the straps length, where usually I knit it, I sew it together, I wear it, and then I have to undo it. So I actually went with it still a little bit short, and it's perfect. So it's good coverage. You can see the bra strap if you wear it with the bra strap in summer. I don't usually care about that, but as a slightly sort of fuller chested girl, the very low cut tanks sometimes are a little bit too much skin out for me in summer. So this is actually a really, really cute cut. I'm super happy with it. And then my next finished project is the Lola hat by Erin Gates. So cute. I knit this out of the Morrison Sons Estate 10-ply, which is a superwash 100% wool yarn in the colorway Egg Yolk. And it's the cutest little hat. And this is a free pattern, and it comes in sizes from baby to adult. I think I knit a child size. I've knit this for my friend. She's having a baby, honestly, any day soon. I've knit a newborn size hat for her, for the baby. The baby's a boy. A newborn size hat for him already, and this is a child size, so hopefully sort of fit him towards next winter. And it's so cute. I am such a sucker for any baby patterns with any sort of ears. And this one was really easily done. It's just like a straight up tube, and then you sort of run this little like piece of yarn through. They show you how to do it to cinch it into ears. One side, I used like the leftover tail to do it, and it was super, super easy. But the other side, I had to use a loose piece of yarn, and it was so hard to find where to anchor it that it wasn't pulling it weird. I think it still looks sort of uneven on one of the ears, but honestly, I did it maybe 6 or 7 times, and this was the best way I could do it. And this hat was also great practice for my Kitchener stitch. Still could use some work. I don't know why one leg of my Kitchener stitch is always like weirdly looser. But that's okay. It's right on the top of a baby hat. He's probably not even going to be able to wear it that long. This is the Lola hat, a really cute free pattern. And that's it. That's all I've finished so far. That's not actually true. I finished the whole jumper, but it's a project that I cannot talk about it yet. But when I can talk about it, I will show you guys on the podcast whenever I'm allowed to talk about it. So technically, I guess I finished 3 things, but you guys are only getting to see 2. Okay, and now moving on to the works in progress. My first work in progress is a sweater called the Minimalist Cable Cardigan by Karina Spencer. It's a cardigan pattern, and this is the pattern that I am knitting for my mother-in-law. I am knitting this in Bendigo Woolen Mills 8 ply in the colorway Lavender, which was the color she chose. The way I sort of go around doing, like, it's really become a tradition, like a yearly gift knit. I also do one for my husband, is I get them to choose the pattern out of a bunch of, like, get them to send me an idea of what they would like. Get them to choose a pattern out of the few options that I send them. Get them to choose the yarn color out of the options I send them. Like, I'll usually, link them the page to the yarn, be like, choose a color. So that's what I did with my mother-in-law. I knew that she was going to ask for a long cardigan because that's the only kind she wears. And she wanted a cabled long cardigan. So I sort of went through, was trying to find a few that were a little bit of cabling, not super cable, but like, still the look that she wanted. And then one of the options I sent her was the Minimalist Cable Cardigan. And she chose this one. I'm not surprised. It's been in my favorites for a long time. And then the pattern is knit in pieces, and I was like, oh, I can convert a cabled cardigan, that's in pieces into the round. Oh, let me show you where I am, by the way. I've only done like a little bit of the front, and then I went on my holidays, and then I was like, got a couple of test knits, so it's kind of on the back burner, but it's so beautiful. Oh, it's looking stunning. Just pulling it out is making me want to work on it again. So I go, I'll convert it to the round. I download the pattern, I order the yarn for it, I download the pattern, I look at the pattern, and firstly, the sleeves and the back are reverse stockinette, which is like completely not visible in the pattern pictures. Like the brown, really like rusticy, mild heathery yarn that she's chosen is so hard to see any details in. Like, I actually can't believe that I didn't notice it at all until I was showing it to somebody else in my knitting group, and she was like, oh, so that's a reverse stockinette. You're going to do reverse stockinette? I thought you don't like reverse stockinette. And no, I don't. I do not. So I'm not. That's easy enough to convert it into a normal stockinette. But the other thing is, because the fronts are done in like this double moss and cables, and the back is done in reverse stockinette, they are completely different gauges and on 2 completely different needles, which means, that's right, I cannot convert it to the round. That's okay. That's okay. It's not too bad on the front pieces that are textured. I just know knitting that whole long body in just like stockinette flat, I'm going to get so bored. And my mother-in-law is quite a bit taller than me, so she actually needs a bit of extra length, so it's even longer than I would have made for myself. But it's going to be beautiful. Hopefully she wears it forever and she loves it. So like, how would you even I tend to buy the pattern last because I don't want to buy the pattern and then not like it, and then that money's gone down the drain. But I don't know, maybe I should buy the pattern or really do like an in-depth look at all of the Ravelry pages and notes. Like, some patterns in the Ravelry page, they will actually have that sort of information. I don't want to outrightly say that it wasn't on there because who knows how carefully I checked, but I think from now on, especially for gift knits, I will definitely do a thorough read through all the Ravelry projects before I suggest patterns to people based on the look. I think that's the problem over me being what I would call now like an intermediate knitter, maybe even like advanced depending on the technique, where I'm pretty confident that I can knit most things, so I don't tend to look into these things. And of course I'm so confident that I can knit it, but it's just annoying. I just wouldn't have picked it, but that's okay. That's okay. And then my next work in project is one that you guys have probably not seen for a while. This is the Moonset Tee by Hayley Smedley or Zeta. And this is my second version of it. And I am knitting this in the natural fiber. Let me double check. And Natural Fiber Co. It's Alicia's company. Natural Fiber Co. Natural Yarn Co. I always say Natural Fiber. Natural Yarn Co. Her 100% superwash merino in the colorway Minamura, which is this absolutely beautiful green. It's just stunning. So I started this as well, like, I don't know, end of last year. I'd just done the back, but now I've finished up the front and I've joined in the round, and I haven't done much since. I've not done much knitting in the past month. I went on holiday, I took a couple of knitting projects, I barely got anything done. And obviously the knitting projects I took on holiday were different to the ones I was working on, which means I actually cast on more knitting projects that I haven't done much of. And then I came back, and then now my other family members are here in town staying with me for 3 weeks. I'm also getting almost no knitting done. So I've knit this before, and I had to knit it in a smaller size because I only had 2 skeins of yarn, but this time I have 3 skeins. So I've actually knitted with the correct positive ease, and this is going to be super, super cute. I cannot get over how beautifully this yarn is dyed. I did not alternate skeins till after I joined in the round. Only once I joined in the round I started noticing little itty bitty bits of pooling around the chest. So I started alternating skeins, and I think I'm going to alternate skeins through the body now that the circumference of the body, like the stitches, are not changing. I'm just knitting straight down. There's more chances of pooling, so I'll be alternating skeins now. But I'm just so in love with this color. I love Alicia's yarns. Natural Yarn Co. If you're in Australia, especially in New South Wales, her and her mum are always at the markets. They dye absolutely beautiful yarn. I have a couple of her fade sets, to be honest, and I'm still umming and ahhing over what to make with it, because I just want it to be perfect. Such a problem. Moonset Tee by Hayley Smedley. And then my next work in progress is a test knit. This is the Milo V-neck jumper, which I'm test knitting for my friend Vera. And the yarn that I'm using is the Knit Picks High Desert Sport yarn, and it's like an all-American non-superwash. It's like Rambouillet, stuff like that, in the colorway Ponderosa Heather. I can't tell if it's focusing or not. I do apologize. I actually have to get lighting because in winter it's really dark, and now of course it's so bright I can't see if it's focused or not. There we go. This absolutely beautiful dark green. This yarn was gifted to me from Vera to knit the yarn, and she's going to use to knit the jumper, and she's going to use my jumper for her sample photography. So the yarn is gifted. I mean, it's not gifted from Knit Picks, but oh, it's beautiful. I am in love with this yarn. It better be beautiful. It's one of Knit Picks' more expensive yarns, and it's gorgeous. Especially in the sport way, it's lovely. So the Milo V-neck jumper is going to have, this is the front cables. It'll have this little braid on the side, and then at the bottom it has ribbing only on the side, but it'll have like the ribbing will go away and move into the body of the jumper. So I think it's quite unique that the front of the jumper right at the bottom doesn't have ribbing. This is a jumper version of Vira's pattern called the Milo cardigan. And it's a v-neck, which I'm very excited about. I'm in my v-neck phase. So I've only got a little bit done, but I'm enjoying the knitting so far. The yarn's lovely, the cables are fun to do. Looking forward to knitting this up. Great. And then my next work in progress is one of my knitting projects that I cast on for my travels. And as you can see, I've gotten super far. So this yarn is a new acquisition as well. It's the Juniper Moon Farms Patagonia, which is a sport weight, again, organic merino yarn in the colorway Rust. It's just the most beautiful color. And I am knitting the Amy Slipover, which is a pattern by Sadness Gone. It's only available in a magazine. Hang on, let me grab it because it's right here on my bookshelf. So it's a very viral, very popular magazine, and I of course had to get it. It is from the Sadness Gone 2022. I don't know what it's called. I know it has a name. It's like something for ladies. Is it this one? Anyways, it's the one with this cover from 2022, and I am knitting the Amy Slipover, which is a pattern that I have been dying to knit ever since I've seen people knitting it. It looks so wearable. So ever since I knit my vest, you guys know I'm loving the vest, and clearly I'm also going through a button-down thing, button-down with knits on top, so this would be perfect. Downside comes in one size. However, the sides are open and you sort of tie it up, and I managed to sort of, I think this size that it should work for me. So I'm knitting that in this lovely rust color. This yarn is so lovely. Honestly, I've got nothing done. I've got nothing done. I don't even know why I'm showing this to you. There you go, my Amy Slipover in the color Rust from Juniper Moon Farms. Hopefully I'll get some knitting done on it. And then my next finished object is the other knitting project that I took on my holidays that I actually got a little bit done on. And it's just a basic sock, like a shorty sock, but I'm using the basic shorty sock pattern from the shorty sock set by Summer Lee, and I'm using the Jokamamo Textiles platinum sock, which is I think a 75-25 base. Yes, the 75-25 base in the colorway Tequila Sunrise. I think Jokamamo Textiles is such an underrated yarn company. I love her colors. She's always at the markets. She's absolutely lovely as well, and her colorways are just so vibrant. Her pinks are amazing. So I bought this over a year ago. I think I bought it on the little yarn trip that I had for my 30th, and I'm already 31. So I'm glad to be getting some use out of it. This is what it looks like in this skein, just vibrant, gorgeous. Gonna have the cutest, happiest feet. And I am currently on the foot of the second sock. So hopefully I'll get a move along on this so that I can start knitting on some other projects. This is, I feel like, an easy win in my knitting whips. I'm hoping I'll finish it soon. And this is just a basic slip stitch heel. I knit the 64 stitch sock on 2.25. This just has a basic wedge toe. Literally, I was doing no thinking whatsoever. It still took me so many days on a holiday to finish this because I genuinely was just not knitting. And then my last work in project. Work in process. Seriously. I don't understand how I do that every time. It's been like coming up to a couple of years since I started podcasting and I still call it work in project. This is the one that's really taking all my time at the moment. So my friend that I knit the baby hat for, if you guys were around last podcast, you would have heard me say, I'm gonna knit 2 baby blankets for her. I have heaps of time. Fast forward 2 months, the baby's on its like halfway out already. I still haven't finished 1 blanket. And to say that I'm struggling, y'all, I'm struggling. So this is even a baby blanket. I'm sort of imagining it like a pram like cover. That's what I told her. Because I'm using 100% superwash wool. So it's not like the softest yarn. It's definitely not scratchy. And again, in winter, it's not like baby's going to be naked in the stroller. But I've decided just to be safe, I'm going to line the back of it with like a flannel or soft cotton or something. So I'm just doing a basic corner to corner garter blanket. I'm using the colorful corner blanket in tulip cotton, the free pattern from Pearl Soho. It's designed for a 10 ply cotton, but they're still using a 4mm needle, so I just swapped in 8 ply. I'm using a lot of my like stash yarns, and I decided to go for like a stroller size so she gets like good use of it. So it's still a good size, still the baby sort of, I guess, outgrows a stroller. So that's the bottom. Okay. No wonder I can't finish it. It's too big to show in one go. That's the bottom. And then going all the way to the top. I'm about halfway and I only have about this much of it left. So I looked up some measurements and I am making a stroller size. Mine's about 75 to 79 centimeters width, about 81 to 85 centimeters length. Of course, it's garter. When I wash it, I'm gonna stretch it a little bit to like that dimension, pin it. I'm planning to get the fabric, pre-wash it, cut it to size with seam allowance. Okay, now I'm not a sewist, so you guys know I'm already like, well, I don't know what I'm doing. Cut it to size with seam allowance, overlock the edges, then fold the edges down and just sew it down, and then hand stitch the edging of the fabric to the edging of the blanket. And then I'm going to just put a couple of stitches like throughout to just catch both the layers so that's not separating out into the fabric and the wool. Am I going to get this done before the baby comes? Not to mention my friends in Melbourne, so I need to ship it. I've actually been pretty disciplined about just working on this. I have like this light blue section onwards. I got it done like since I've been back. I don't want to say anything about this baby blanket. I feel like I'm just jinxing myself every time I say, oh, I'm going to do this. Also, most of the yarns I used are scraps. So the bottom 3 colors are scraps, which are leftovers from my husband's various sweaters. And then this light blue I got in a D-stash market because I ran out of yarn. This is all the yarn I had. And I said to myself, that's heaps, girl. No, that's not heaps. That's not even true. This gray was also like, I got it from Vera, from like her knitting stash. And then I met with my friend Kat, Oliphant Kat. If you guys have been around the Australian knitting world, you might know her. If you haven't, then look her up. She's great. She's a designer and she works as a tech editor and she's a great friend. I met her recently and I'm begging people for scraps. That's how bad it's getting. I was like, hi, do you have any 8-ply superwash scraps? And she very generously gave me this gray and I have another colorway, which I'm hoping should be more than enough to finish the blanket. Not prepared with time, not prepared with yarn. Baby's coming, just not prepared, full stop. That's all my whips. And then let's move along to the acquisitions. Okay, so one of the women in my knitting group brought a bunch of her like books and pattern leaflets and said if we wanted to take any of them we could. So I picked up this cute little book called Cute Knits for Baby Feet. And it's just a full book of like little baby knits. Some are just like a classic rib sock, just a classic baby rib. And some are absolutely ridiculous. Like some are like 3 different colorwork socks for like a little itty bitty baby. Or this one, it's so cute. These are little like duck foot shaped socks. Oh my gosh, I had the best time going through this. They're just ridiculous, some of them. God, they're cute. There's another one that's like it's literally the face of an elephant, which is again absolutely hilarious. Or these snake ones, snake socks. Come on. A few of the patterns will be useful. A few of them might be quite unnecessary. For example, this pair. I mean, I kind of want to. And it's a DK weight one as well, this one. Look how ridiculous it is. So that's one of my acquisitions. And then my next acquisition is in April. I turned 31 and I have a membership to Sunspun, which is this wonderful yarn store in Melbourne. And for your birthday, they send you out a little gift and a birthday voucher to get like a certain percentage off a shop of your choice. So they sent me out, this is Sega yarn, Vinny. And it's 100% pure new wool in this lovely pinky color. And it's 255 meters for 50 grams. So it's it's about 500 meters. Actually, it was a bit confusing because some people were like, it's lace weight. Some are saying it's a very thin 4-ply. Either way, I only have one skein of it, so I'm not going to be doing anything too dramatic. Maybe I'll hold it together with something when I make a hat or mittens, or like it'll be a cute little extra warmth. The Sega Vinny. If you guys have used this yarn, let me know what you used it for and what your experience was with it. So thank you, Sunspun. And with the discount voucher, I also for my birthday asked for a gift certificate to Sunspun. So I combined those two to get some of my current obsession favorite yarn, which is the Juniper Moon Farms Patagonia. I got 3 sweater quantities worth. I've already shown you one. I got in this is Rust, which I've already cast on my Amy slipover with. And then I've got 4 skeins of this absolutely beautiful colorway called Mulberry. That doesn't sound right. Mulberry. Are you like, English is not my first language, and I'm obviously a very comfortable and fluent speaker in English, but some words still catch me. Words I've read, but I haven't said before. So mulberry. 4 skeins of this to make Lily Kate's, it's her new V-neck sweater. The Calm Down sweater. So I've knit the Calm Down cardigan. This is for the Calm Down sweater, and I need to cast on for the Calm Down tee because I'm testing that. So this is for the Calm Down sweater, which is again a V-neck, really cute with the same rib details going down. I'll pop a picture of it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. If I don't look exactly like this, like Lily is so stunning. Does it count as false advertising? She looks like this in the knits and I don't know. I think that's a discussion between you and me, Lily. And then I also got a whole sweater quantity of these colors. So this will be the base color. I wanting to knit the Camellia sweater by Sumin Kim. I've had this in my to knit list forever, and then I saw Inga knit it. Is knit even the word? She whipped it up like this. She knit a version for herself, she knit the baby version for her little new baby, and I was like, oh, that's right, I freaking love that sweater. So with the gift voucher, I decided to play around and find some color combinations that worked. So the body of the sweater is going to be this color. This is the Juniper Moon Farms Patagonia. It is this lovely dark cool tone brown with little flecks of other colors in it. It's quite heathered. And then one of the colors to go with it is going to be this in the colorway Burgundy. Again. And then one of the other colors with it is going to be this, which is Ulysses, Derm Natura Ulysses, which is again a 5-ply organic merino. I feel like these two are literally interchangeable to me. The only difference is this is almost double the price of this because this comes in 100 gram. I think it's $20 for a 100 gram skein, and this is I think $17 for a 50 gram ball. So I couldn't find like an orange that popped in the Patagonia range. This is the difficulty with online shopping. It really is, because this color looks so bright in the photography. I'm still happy with it. I think the tones go really well together, like they really do. So that'll be great. However, the rust is not that different. So I could have just bought this, but I didn't know that. But anyways, so these three are going to be the Camellia sweater, which is going to be my 31st birthday sweater. Whenever I get around to knitting on it, I'll probably cast it on along with everything else I'm casting on. And I'll finish it maybe by my 45th. So the Camellia sweater. I am so grumpy with my own behavior. And I keep saying I have too many things, and then I keep applying for test knits. So really, I have nobody else to blame other than myself. But thank you guys for joining me. I hope it was still quite an entertaining podcast. Seeing the projects I have going on, and hopefully shouldn't be as long next time if I manage to finish up some stuff, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.